Hi, this is Troy Alexander for Child Support Game Over, and today I'd like to hopefully open your eyes to something that very few men are aware of, and that is that the child support system is actually part of the battle between two religious systems, between two gods. It is a battle for the hearts and souls and minds of people, and your children have become part of the battleground. And they are weaponizing your children against you for the betterment and furtherment of their kingdom over God's kingdom. And I'd like to hopefully red pill you on that today. So we're going to start in 2 Peter 2:4. For if God spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment. So there are beings that God has cast to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness, and they are reserved for judgment. And it is these beings that were known in the book of Enoch as watchers that rebelled against God and came down to earth and had children by women. And those became the titans of Greek mythology, such as Perseus. And the leader of these beings, the watchers or angels, is the false god that is worshipped by hundreds of different nations and societies throughout time. And he goes by many names according to the nation. In Egypt, he was known as Osiris. He was also known as Helios, Apollo, Apollyon, Abaddon, Helios. But to make things simple, we will call him Saturn. So this is a war between the God of the Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of the Christian religion. And remember that our God has laws, that our God is king, that Jesus is king, that his laws are our laws, and that he is our judge. But they want to replace the lawgiver, the judge, the king, with their God, Saturn. So this fella Saturn, as we see in Genesis 2, the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And later you can see that these children became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown, the hybrid beings, the giants, also known as titans, such as Perseus. There's a few others, but we'll skip that for now. So we go to Jude 1:6, and the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains unto darkness, under darkness, unto the judgment of the great day. And in Revelations, we see in Revelations 9:11, they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollo. And again, this is also known as Saturn. We will call him Saturn. But also Helios. Helios was the god that they built the Colossus to. And if you take time to look at pictures of the Colossus, you'll see that the Statue of Liberty is an exact duplication of the Colossus, or darn close to an exact duplication. They are creating a statue in New York Harbor of their god Apollo, Saturn. When the German scientists came, a lot of them were of the Brotherhood of Saturn. And when the German scientists after World War II came over, they developed the space program. And as you recall, they had Saturn V rockets, Apollo missions. We had Titan missiles. So this is all done right in your face. You have what's called the Statue of Liberty. Now, liberty is something given to conscripts. We need to have a Statue of Freedom. In Matthew 13, the plot thickens. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So what's this saying is that God put forth good seed on this planet, but an enemy came and sowed bad seed, a weed type seed. And it's hard to tell the two apart because they look very similar. But in the end of time, it's going to become obvious who are the tares and who are the wheat. And we are in that end times, I believe. So the servants of the household came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? And he said unto them, An enemy hath done this. The servants said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let them both grow together until the harvest, and in that time of harvest I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, bind them in bundles to burn them. And that's what needs to be done, people. But gather the wheat into my barn. So, what we have is there are people on this planet that are not people. They are offsprings, hybrid offsprings of the enemy. And Jesus, he did battle with these people. They were the ones who had him crucified. When Jesus healed someone on the Sabbath, these tares accused him of doing the good deeds under the power of Satan. Now, if you personally saw someone being healed, someone blind being healed, would you not rejoice? If you saw someone you knew who their entire life could not walk, and Jesus came up to him and said, Get up and walk, and he was able to walk, would you not rejoice? But these miracles, these good deeds that Jesus did, upset these people. These people are not like you. They don't think like you. They don't operate like you. And guess where they like to sit? In the seat of Moses. That's why Jesus said, Woe unto you, Pharisees, scribes, hypocrites, and called them vipers. They are snakes. They are vipers. When John the Baptist saw them, he said, You brood of vipers, who told you to flee the wrath that's coming? There are non-human entities out there. They are amongst us. If you ever get the chance to see the movie They Live, I highly encourage it. If you haven't seen it, you need to go see it. You need to find it. It's on video, or it's on DVD now. Go find that movie and watch it. Anyway, this is part one, and I'm going to make continuing parts to this and explain to you about this battle between these two kingdoms, between the good seed and the evil seed. But suffice it to say that the evil seed is looking to weaponize your children. This child support industry was created to weaponize your children. And this is where the battlefield is, and this is part of what's happening that you need to understand. Till part two, Thanks for watching. And please subscribe. And if you like our video, please give us a like.